Hello again, guys. We are here at GUST BALL. This is actually a PvP team event in Shroud of the Avatar, hosted by Bambino Ludovate. Uh, there are only a few spells allowed. It will be a 2-on-2, all the way up to a 5-on-5. So there are a few spells that are allowed. That is Gust, Sprint, Dash, Mind Lock, and Mind Wipe, and that you can put in your deck. So you actually have to build a deck. So I built one. I actually have a lot of slugs, which are useless spells. And so if you actually look at my deck, I've got Douse, Gust, Light, Mind Lock, Mind Wipe. I don't have a lot of non-killing spells in my inventory, and I wanted things that would actually be faster to cast, so that way we could cycle through them a little bit faster and get rid of the slugs. So I did actually have one lock skill. What I probably should do is go ahead and lock everything down that I really don't need, and so that way I can actually get to the skills I want a little bit faster. So that way I'll only be playing around with buttons 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then right-clicking on stuff. So that should help a little bit. I'm hoping that it does. So, in the event, the two teams are pitted against each other in what can be referred to as a team ball sporting event. Not too dissimilar as to what has been written about in the old literature concerning sporting events such as soccer, football, and basketball. The object of the ball is to gust a gust ball, me, that is the guy right in the middle, the ball around the field and into your opponent's corner. The team that scores the most goals within 2 halves wins the match. In the event of a tie, the game is extended and the very next goal decides the winner. Each match will last 10 minutes. Teams will either wear a white cloak or a green cloak, depending on what team they are on. The gust ball will wear a red cloak. Here are a few rules. No player should have a weapon in hand, including staves and wands. You may not use any spells outside of the Gust Ball deck. The only spell that may be used on the ball is Gust. The only spells that may be used on other players is Gust. You may not auto-attack, damage any players. The only occasional auto-attack is acceptable. It happens. The Gust Ball will hand out cloaks to the teams, and all players must begin along the walls or goal line on their side of the arena. Breaking rules will result in a yellow card. Breaking a major rule, such as killing a player, results in a red card. One of these results in you being kicked out of the game. If you are being disruptive or if you cause outside interference, you'll be banned from the arena completely. Absolutely no bugs or exploits will be tolerated, and the ball will have final say on any type of rulings. It's actually really fun. Lots of innuendo in blowing the ball. Wonder where that's going to go. Straight to the gutter. So let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be selected on the team or if I'm just going to be a casual observer for this. It is completely voluntary. We do have a few people here. I did volunteer that if there are insufficient teams that I would actually participate. And Rod, if you have any questions in chat, you can just type them and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Now a slug is a completely useless spell, but we can right click and things like that. So let's go ahead and just get into the ones that are actually allowed. So we will just do that. So we actually have 19 slugs. So when you're in war mode, you can actually see what that looks like. So slug are completely useless skills, but if you can right click on them to get rid of them, or you can sit there and you can just target somebody and toss the spell off. And so that is Gust. I probably shouldn't have done that, but oh well. So team 1 is going to be Kazan and Doc Shroud. Doc Shroud's going to quickly go to a skill trainer and learn some Gust. Hope these guys begin a little earlier than normal, but we'll find out soon. So we have Kaz and Phoenix Fire and Dr. Shroud versus Cinderia and Katrina Becker. So we have our two teams. This is going to be the white team versus the green team. So the green cloaks versus the white cloaks. I hope they hurry up. So we're just waiting for Doc and Kazan to hurry up, and that way we can begin. Remember, the objective is to blow, using the Gust skill, the ball right there into between those two benches. It is kind of like indoor soccer, so you will have to actually go through and just have some sort of strategy. Now the teams could actually be all the way up to 5 players if we had more people participating today. So remember, the objective is to blow the ball all the way into the blow the ball into the goal and have a field day. So you can actually quickly get cards out of your deck by right-clicking on them. And I'm going to change my deck a little bit, and just in case you cannot do that in war mode. So what I'm going to do is drop those. You know what? It didn't. Oh, that is actually kind of tricky. So we've got 19 slugs in our deck. So you would actually just sit there, blow. It's Gust. Watch him move. If he's out of range, you cannot use the spell. Slugs are completely useless spells you cannot use. So that is what it ends up looking like on the other player's screens. You do have to have some sort of strategy and try to get people to go through and blow the ball consecutively. There will be 2 or 3 rounds today. It should be kind of interesting. We're waiting for one Dr. Shroud to actually show up and to zone into Kaze and Phoenix Fire. They are going to be the green team. They are going up against the white team, which are Cinderia and... Can't click on her. Can't click on her. Katrina Beckers. If you have any questions, make sure and type it out. I will be looking over there occasionally and try to answer those questions. So there is a little bit of lag between the chat bubble that is over the ball's head whenever he says go. So you actually have to pay attention to when he says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go over here, because that is the signal that you can start casting Gust. This is the weirdest PvP event you will see because it is rather weird. The last 3 weeks I've been broadcasting this game for New Britannia News Network. You can always visit our website at nbnn.info. Watch the streams from there. Ask questions. Do whatever you want. As long as it's not spamming it. First match is going to begin. We have Katrina Beckers and Cinderia versus Kazan and Dr. Shroud. First match has begun. We do have some incidental contact that is permissible. And looks like Cinderia and Katrina have left the goal open. Don't know what their strategy is there, but so since you can actually end up with the spells actually stacking up, you can actually prevent the other team. For some reason it looks like there's a little bug where we're not seeing the gust go off from the ladies, and Dr. Shroud and Kazan have the first goal. So remember, the option is to get the ball past the line. That counts as a score. It doesn't have to go all the way to the back wall, but it is a matter of who gets gust most frequently. Now, the ball actually does slow down when it passes through another person. So a strategy that I might actually try to get someone right next to the ball to try to slow him down as he goes through you. Now, the strategy that seems to work the best for me is really to gently blow on the ball. And Robert's got to find a way to get out of the arena. He zoned in on the ball, and after the game began, so let's see if he can get out and not be a participant. The ladies started off strong that time. They're moving forward and trying to get closer to the ball. And if you notice, they stacked up. It's that way if the guys actually were able to get the ball through, they would actually have to go right through both of them. That is right. Gently blow on the balls. It does make for a happy ball. Because punching the ball makes it very, very sad. Kind of brings tears to my eyes hearing about ball punching. Oh, and the lady started punching the ball. That just makes me cringe. So as you can see, it is kind of a stalemate, and the guys are having to reposition themselves to get behind the ball. So you really want to be behind it, so that way you can push it forward. Oh, and the guys have got a second goal. I think the ball might be a little colorblind. Half the gusts are probably not registering just due to like the proximity to the ball when they're casting. I don't know the exact reason. I'm not one of the developers. I wish they would. That way we can see all the little mini tornadoes going off. So right now, Kazan and Dr. Shroud are actually up 2-0. And the ladies, looks like they've got it in deep. The ball is deep in there, but the ball hasn't called a score yet. Come on, just get it across the line. Just 1 centimeter left. Just the tip of the ball is across the line right now. Oh, there. They have gotten full penetration there finally. So the girls have starting their comeback. It is now 1-2. Dr. Shroud said that they blew that ball right between his legs. I have to agree that the girls did a very, very nice job there. They got the ball straight in the sweet spot. Oh, looks like the girls started blowing a little bit off to the side this time, and the ball is out of position for a direct shot into the goal. The guys are backed up in the corner. Now, if I was the girls, I might actually try to blow one of the guys. Blow him out of position, and then that way you can actually manipulate where the ball is going a little bit easier. Oh, and the girls did. That looks like the ball is across the line to me. Yes, the ball finally does call it. So we have back to a tie game. It is 2-2. This is the most innuendo-filled sport in Shroud of the Avatar. Once again, it is kind of like indoor soccer. You can manipulate the ball around the court. In this instance, you're only allowed to use the spell Gust. You're not supposed to try to directly damage the ball and deflate the balls, because deflated balls don't go very far. And Gust is actually one of the very first skills that you can learn in the air tree, so it's actually the very first one. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it does incapacitate your enemies. Yes, those girls are champion blowers. The guys need to work on their practice. Oh, girls are coming out strong. Got some powerful set of lungs on them. The guys are just sucking right now. I'd like to see the ball get off the post and actually do something. Oh, the guys are starting to get the ball out of, but the girls blew them kind of into the corner, so it's probably be in their best interest to let the guys blow a few times, get the ball out into a position where they can actually angle it a little bit better. Those guys' set of lungs are not very strong. For some reason, the girls' tornadoes are not being displayed as frequently as the guys, but they are definitely casting. You can see the little animation on top of their head. That little yellow emblem is telling you which spell they are casting, and the further animation of the little tornadoes there. The guys are starting to mount their comeback. They've done their jumping jacks, and they're ready to fill their lungs and blow for all they are worth. Remember, guys, if you have questions or comments, go ahead and just type them on the side. I will read and respond. And if you follow, I'll give you a thumbs up, maybe, if I pay attention. Oh, the guys score. They are taking back the lead. Right now it is 3-2. It is almost halftime. Now the guys need to go, everybody needs to reset their positions, so that way the ball can actually come back into play. Remember, final word is up to the ball. And the ball does have final say. He creates the rules. The ball is in control. Girls were trying to protest, saying that the ball was on the line and that they blew it out, but they did not. The guys come out strong with their sets of lungs, and they're blowing us for all they're worth. So are the girls. As you can see, oh, one of the guys actually did blow one of the girls, trying to get everybody out of position a little bit so that way it's a little easier to blow the ball. Come on, guys, you can blow for all you're worth. Okay, the ball has called halftime. It is generally a 3-minute long break. So you gotta get that, suck in some air, practice. You've got halftime. So halftime, the official score is the girls in white are at 2. The guys in green are at 3. The guys right now have the better set of lungs. We are live right now. If it was a recording, it would say replay right underneath where it says live. It does not say that right now. So we are live. Or something. If you need the rules again, one more time, the only real spell that you're allowed to really use is Gust, which is in the air tree. Let me go ahead and bring that up. That's my deck. Okay, so if you go into your magic school, you go to the air tree, and you have Gust. And so you can build a deck by bringing up the Y key, and when you do it, I go ahead and created one with Gust. So if you see I've got 4 Gusts here and I've got one locked, just so that way it will actually come up. Maybe I'll go ahead and take it out. I like it there, just in case. And then I went ahead and added a couple other skills, so I have 19 slugs. So whenever I actually am in combat mode and I'm not dancing, let's see. I can't save myself, but halftime's over, so we'll get that back later. So the girls started off blowing strong. They did not swap sides this time, and let's see who has the better set of lungs this round. Who is able to blow? If you notice, they've got a little gentle cupping position here. Dr. Shroud's really close to the ball. He's trying to do it. One of the girls punched the ball. If I was the ball, I'd be cringing. As was said in Caddyshack, you have to be the ball, and the guys get the first goal in the second round. They are up 4-2 right now. I don't know why I can't turn myself off of invisible. The command is /visible, but And the Shroud, Dr. Shroud is belly bumping Kazan, who is his partner. Hopefully he doesn't take his shirt off and run around, because it's my understanding that Dr. Shroud does have a drinking problem. He does have a mug in his hand on the field right now. This is the first game of 3 scheduled games so far today. We started off with the 2v2. Oh, the ball cheated a little bit. I saw him walk. Dr. Shroud is punching the ball a little bit too. It's not being very nice to it. He's trying to punish the ball for letting the girls score, I think. Okay, we have Parallel who just joined us in game. He's looking like he wants to actually participate, so the next game, which begins in about 3 minutes, and looks like we don't have a lot of movement with the ball right now. The girls are just blowing as hard as they can, and so are the guys. Oh, the ball has moved all the way back to the mid-court, middle of the field, so who's going to get the ball in? We have no idea. This is the sport of Gust Ball, and Shroud of the Avatar is the pre-release, or pre-alpha. The game is not yet feature complete, but they are working on it. There will be another release on Thursday of this week. Oh, the girls almost had a goal, but the ball is kind of cornered on a post. So the ball will probably reset, and after he doesn't move for a little bit. And, oh, the girls blow the ball straight through the guys. You're starting to mount their comeback, and they blow the ball straight into the back of the net. So they are now at 3, and the green team are at 4. It's a very close game. It's still anybody's. I mean, that was a very nice blowing by the girls. Maria is saying that the question is, did the guy create a player named The Ball, or is it just temporary in-game name? No, it is actually created as The Ball. Oh, girls are coming out strong. I mean, in the second half, they're already tied the game at 4 apiece. I believe the owner of The Ball is actually Themalok, who is one of our Australian players. But this game was actually designed by Bambino Ludovate. It's very interesting. I mean, the arena itself has changed shapes a couple of times. I think this is the second iteration of the arena. This one's a little bit easier for the players to actually participate in. Before, he did actually have a raised arena in a basement, and you had to blow the ball out of the arena. Now he's got the semblance of a homemade goal. And you just have to use gust to blow the ball. If you notice, the guys are gently blowing. Right? That's why the girls, with their overwhelming lungs, are able to blow the ball straight into the back of the net again. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I prematurely stated that. So, the ball was actually blown out, so the guys have actually saved themselves. Ball must have been on the line. Right now the score is 4-4. So you can hear some of the audience members, actually, you can't hear them, but they are chanting blow, blow, blow. Now the ball is back in the corner. He is resetting. He ran back to the middle. The ball is continuing on. The girls are in a little bit better position to start blowing, but they blow them over to the side. Remember, this is kind of like indoor soccer, but the ball can reset himself, which is a little bit weirder. If you like the sport of Gust Ball, you can always click follow, and this does happen once a week. The ball reset himself again because he got blown into the corner again. They are blowing and blowing and blowing. That looked like Katrina tried to do a karate kick against the ball right there, but didn't see anything. It was just a weird animation glitch. The guys are so close to getting the ball in the hole. If only they could push them in. They blow a little bit harder. The girls actually had a little bit of a save there. Girls are on a comeback. I mean, they were down 4-2, and they just tied the game recently. So it's currently 4-4. The guys are right at the edge, and they finally blow the ball straight into the back of the net. So it is now 5-4. The guys who are supposed to be wearing green cloaks, but they are a little bit colorblind, one's wearing green, one's wearing blue, they have taken the lead. And there's only 34 seconds left in this game, so it's still very, very close. If you have questions or comments, remember, type them on the side. I will respond to them as soon as I can. If I have to, I will whisper it or send you a message via Twitch or YouTube, because this will be later on YouTube. In game, I am Jack Frost. On Twitch, I am Cynicist, as well as on YouTube. The ball got a little distracted. He didn't realize what the score was. It is 5-4. So in the event of a tie, it will go into overtime, and the first person to blow the ball into the net is the winner. Today's participants enjoy blowing the ball into the corner to where he has to reset himself. Let's see if that happens this time around. But it is on the girls' side of the field. So the boys are winning right now. Remember, it is 5-4. There is 30 seconds left. The guys might just be trying to delay their time by blowing the ball into the corner, but the ball reset. Well, let's see what happens now. Time was called, so the guys win. They are the green team today. We have Dr. Shroud and Kaizen Phoenix Fire take the first game. There will probably be 3 games today, so we'll see who the next set of teams are. I may be called down to participate. I do not know. Let's see. I am holding a torch, so let's see if I can get out of visible. It doesn't look like it wants to work. So, The way this works is when you are in combat, you would actually go ahead and see the slugs that come out. You would actually cast Gust on the ball, and that would blow him around out of combat. So in combat, whoops, I changed my decks. So we do have a new team coming up. In order to fix most problems in game, especially graphical glitches, you can always zone to yourself. So let's see who the new teams are in just a second. Hopefully I'm not called while I am zoning to myself. There I am. I have to step away from the keyboard for about a minute. I will be right back. If I get called down, I will go down and play, but we will see what happens. Okay, so it looks like round 2 is going to be Dr. Shroud and Kiz and Phoenix Fire versus Woodrow Beefcakes and Tari Silumshire. Yeah, fell. Let's see. Let's get back up. Okay, so game is about to begin. And let's see, who's going to win? Woodrow and Tari, or are we going to end up with the winners of the first round, Kaizen Phoenix Fire and Dr. Shroud? So only spells that are allowed are Dash, Gust, Sprint, and Light. Anything that does not do any damage are also available. So remember, each half is 5 minutes. The game is 10 minutes. The goal is to get the ball, blow him with the gust skill into the net. The net is actually set up by these sturdy benches, so inside of there, you've got the pavers on the ground that will actually be the line. So it is possible to actually have the ball half on the line and half off. That is not a goal, so it has to cross fully. So we've got the question: are the teams ready? And the second game is beginning as soon as the ball does his countdown. Remember, there's lag over his head with the chat bubbles, so you need to look over here in the text box in order to see what is going on. Second game is underway, so let's see who's got the better set of lungs and can blow hardest. The green team has a slight advantage, but as we've seen from the first game, anything can happen. And it looks like the green team has the first score. I should do it as the goal. That's a little bit annoying at times. So first goal scored by the green team today. Waiting for the ball to do his countdown. Everybody's in war mode and they're all prepared. Some people say that it looks like, oh, Doc comes out of war mode temporarily, goes back into it. Now, placement on the grounds for when the ball he does his countdown, it doesn't matter where they are. So the green team is a little bit forward. The girls are starting off in their goal. Oh, girls got the first blow and they are running through. That ball's already back to midfield. So the blow off was won by the girls, but the guys have rebounded and have blown the ball to the girls' side. Now the girls are bringing it back, but they're pushing them towards the wall. Remember, this is like indoor soccer. You can get the ball caught in the corner, but unlike indoor soccer, the ball can actually move, and he will of his own volition if he thinks that nothing is happening and the ball's not going anywhere, as if he's caught or hung up on something. The ball is wearing the red cloak, in case you can't figure that out. It is supposed to be the green team versus the white team, but Dr. Shroud of the green team is wearing a blue cloak. The green team has actually made a little comeback. They almost were able to blow the ball into the goal, but we have a light gusting by the girls, and they were able to gently massage the ball away from the line. Woodrow and Tari need to stop punishing the ball by slapping it around. It is only 1 point of damage, but still, that 1 point does add up and does make you cringe occasionally. The ball is a soft spot. Oh, and the green team gets the second goal of this second game. So they are taking the lead, and it is now 2-0. So the ball has said go again. We are still in the first half of this game. It is still anybody's game. We have actually seen people score 10 goals in rapid succession. So let's see what ends up happening here. The guys have left an open net, and the girls are actually in position to blow him straight in. The guys are trying to find a way to blow the ball out towards the wall, away from the girls. And the girls have actually, or I should say the white team of Tari and Woodrow Beefcakes are on their comeback. It is now 2-1. I am keeping score myself today. Normally I try to do it by recall, but yeah, I fudged that score up a few times before. Will the team of Kazan and Dr. Shroud be able to continue their dominance by blowing the ball in, or will they be upset by Woodrow and Tari? There's 30 seconds left in this half as called by the ball. Remember, the ball has final saying over what goes and what doesn't. And we have ball calling time. It is time for a breather. Everybody needs to take a quick breather. Breathe deeply. Breathe deeply. It is halftime. Halftime in GUST BALL is about 3 minutes. Even though the participants aren't really paying attention, they didn't see that half was called. The ball is actually asking both teams whether or not they need a quick break. And if they do not need a break, then they will start playing immediately for the second half. So let's see what the ball decides. Or actually what both teams decide. Okay, we're not going to take the standard 3-minute break. We're going to go straight into the second half. Remember, the green team is up 2-1, so it is a very, very close game going into the second half. Okay, everybody has said that they are ready. Although the Dr. Shroud, I think, was going with the intimidation factor and trying to freeze the other team out by saying he wasn't ready. Remember, it is 2-1. Green are up. Green team today is Dr. Shroud and Case and Phoenix Fire. The white team is Woodrow Beefcakes and Tari Silimshire. Let's let the second half of this game begin. May all the competitors blow for all they are worth. Second half is beginning now. So everybody started their gusting. They're down on their hands and knees and blowing for all they're worth. Neither team seems to be sucking very much right now. They're blowing and blowing and blowing. And let's see, the gust battle is commencing. There's not a lot of movement by the ball, and it is kind of at a standstill, but it is on white team's side. The green team seems to be trying to angle the ball in, where the white team is trying to blow the ball out. Oh, the white team has actually got a slight breather. They have blown the ball a little bit out. The ball is actually now on the wall directly below me, so I can only see the top of his head. Oh, now he's all the way back to midfield. This is Gust Ball. It is a PvP game in Shroud of the Avatar. Currently the game is in pre-alpha. This is release 17 of the pre-alpha. The game is not feature complete. It is still in development, and next week is release 18, where the combat system is going to be completely revamped. Now the ball is actually in a position where I cannot see him, but he is walking back to the middle. Sport of Gust Ball was created by Bambino Ludovate, and I believe the ownership of the ball character is owned by Thema Lock. Thank you for providing the ball today, Themo. Welcome to the stream, everybody. If you like it, remember to log in to Twitch, and please click on the follow button. This will actually go into repeats later today, but we will end up with a little bit of everything. You can always follow our everything, see whether or not we are on or not by going also to nbnn.info. This is Jack Frost in game. On Twitch, I am Cynicist. On YouTube, I am also Cynicist. I will post the video of this game at its conclusion there as well. Right now, the white team is a little bit behind. They are down by 1 point. It is a very low-scoring game this time. Competitors are evenly matched, although the green team does have the point lead. Ooh, we did have a... Oh, green is now taking a 3-1 lead. So with 2 minutes 15 seconds remaining, we will see what ends up happening. Now Boyer needs to find his way off the court, so that way the game can continue. Dr. Shroud is taking a quick breather. He says that all that blowing has drained him. He's trying to recharge his energy. Maybe he is taking the necessary smoke break. The post-coitus smoke break. Now Dr. Shroud is ready again. Maybe he's trying to freeze out the enemy. We don't know. The Boyer still needs to get off the court. I think the Boyer really wants to participate in this one, and he is still on the court, but I don't know what he is doing. Okay, there's about 2 minutes, 15 minutes remaining in this game. It is currently 3-1. We have the green team of Kaizen Phoenix Fire and Dr. Shroud versus the white team of Woodrow Beefcakes and Tari Silum Sure. About 2 minutes remaining now. The ball is in play. Although it hasn't moved very far yet, let's see if either team can actually blow the ball. They're using the gust skill in the air tree of Shroud of the Avatar. Green team is starting to blow and blow. Oh, they have blown the ball into the goal, and it is now 4-1. So let's see what the official time left is. We'll see what it is. Okay, so we both have the same score. The ball and I do this time. Let's see, the ball is counting down, so it is a nice match. There are some very strong, powerful sets of lungs on these guys. They are blowing the house down. Now the green team could go easy, but they are not resting on their laurels. They're getting right up on the ball, and they are blowing as hard as they can. The white team is also blowing as hard as they can. The ball has been pushed back to the mid-court, and the green team is continuing its domination. Oh, and they've actually taken a commanding lead. I don't think there's any way that the white team can actually come back from this deficit. It is now 5-1. Okay, so this should be the last time the ball goes in play unless there's a super quick score by either one of these teams. And let's see, the white team almost looked like they had the penetration for the goal, but they did not. The ball is being blown into the corner. Remember, there's not that much time left in this match. Come on, guys, blow for all you are worth. Come on, Tari. Woodrow, you need to go help your partner in crime. What are you doing? Standing that far back. Oh, looks like the white team starting to mount a comeback. It's a little late in the game. Let's see if the ball is going to call that he is across the line or not. Yes, he finally does call it, and we have the white team making their second goal. So we will probably end up with this game being 5-2. Okay, so this should be the very last bit of it. We've begun the blowing. The gust off has no movement so far. Oh, the white team is starting to blow. They're starting to blow for all of their worth. Come on, guys, blow harder. Come on, into the net. You've got Tari trying to maneuver and actually get behind the ball. Woodrow is kind of staying put, and let's see, the green team does make a save there. The ball has been blown closer to the middle. Oh, let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, the ball's been blown out. There should be not much time left. Let's see if the ball calls it soon. Oh, the balls, remember the official timekeeper, he says there is 45 seconds remaining. It is currently 2-5. The ball will probably have to reset from this position. We do have another person on the court now with Senna. At least, thankfully, they used the /stuck command to get out of the way. Now, in order to maneuver the ball appropriately, you do need to be gentle in your blowing of the ball. Soothing blows. And the white team has scored again. It is now 3-5. So there is 15 seconds left. It is 3-5. The score is in sync between the ball and I. It's a good thing too. There's 15 seconds left as soon as the ball says go. Guess he's giving everybody a little breather after all that blowing. Do have a bunch of blowhards in here. He has started the countdown and said go. So let's see what's going to happen. Remember, it's 12 seconds remaining. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, go! only a few seconds remaining. It looks like the game is going to end at 5 blue, 4 for the white. I don't know what the green team was doing that right there. Seems like they weren't trying very hard to blow. Maybe they are completely winded. So 3 seconds left. As soon as the ball says go. So 3, 2, 1, and should be time. The ball calls time. We are out. The green team takes it a second time. Knocked two competing teams up, two competing teams down. Both scores so far have been 5-4. That was a good game. We'll see who the team members are going to be for the third game. Do have a few spectators here today. Wish there were more. Dr. Shroud is walking over to the other team and giving them congratulations. Kaizen and Doc are going to end up being the winners today. We'll see what ends up happening. Tari and Woodrow say that they were virgins at blowing. Somehow I doubt that with the performance that they gave. Let's see if Parallel sends me an invite, and if he does, I will be on his team. Let's see what the Balls has to say about this. So it will be my first time participating in GUST Ball, not as a casual observer. Dr. Shroud is calling for a 2-minute break. Let's see if it's granted. Yes. And the Ball would like us to actually create a GUST Ball thread on the official forums and actually do a tournament. So the second team is going to be Cinderia, and also, oh wait, hold on. Rhea and Parallel's team that is going to be the team. Rhea and Parallel. So it looks like GUST Ball is going to expand to a bracketed tournament. Should be exciting.
Channel switched.
We are almost on the third round. We end up with, so far, our competitors are changing up this time. So this time we do not have the winner of the first two games. Instead, we have Katrina Beckers and Cinderia versus Parallel and Sophie. So the round has begun. Let's see who's able to blow. So in white, we remember we have Cinderia or Rhea and Katrina versus Sophie and Parallel. Right now the white team has started to blow ahead. They're blowing for all they're worth again. So remember, you want to gently form a cup around the ball, cup the ball, and blow gently. As you can see from the strategy that the green team took, they were able to blow the ball in and they have taken the lead. Remember, there are 5-minute halves. The time is kept by the ball. Oh wow. You actually look at all this resist stun that's on the, and the plus 0.2, that is actually 20% for the resist stun. So let's see what actually ends up happening. You've got that initial timer to where the debuff will actually come off and then the ball will move. So let's see what ends up happening. Oh, and the green team is blowing the ball. It is on the line right now. Let's see if they can blow it across, and the green team is taking a lead. It is now 2-0. Remember, this will be put up on as a replay later on. So that way, if you didn't catch the game as it was live, you will catch it shortly after it is done. And green team already scored again. It is 3-0. This will be posted on YouTube. My YouTube username is Cinesist. My Twitch name is Cinesist. My in-game name is Jack Frost, although I do have a character named Cinesist as well. Oh yes, and this video will also be on nbnn.info. That is the homepage of the New Britannia News Network, where we report on the events of Shroud of the Avatar. And the green team's already taken 4 points to 0, and All the other games so far today have actually been 5-4, so I think this one is actually going to be a very high-scoring game. So the ball is actually giving us a little bit of a tip that if the resists are stacked up to 5, he's not going anywhere. Okay, so let's see how the game is going. Still 4-0. The white team has actually started to do it. Remember, if you want to pay attention to that resist stun, look at that going. That ball is not going to move as long as resist 5 is stacked up. And white team is starting to make a comeback with 1-0. Remember, the key is to cup the ball and gently blow on it. Gentle. Be gentle. Don't punch the ball. When the ball gets damaged, it does cringe. It cannot be blown when it is cringing. Green team comes out blowing hard. They are definitely trying to make sure that the ball is going to go into the net. Let's see, that stack of 5 should come off shortly. The ball should move somewhere. And the green team has scored again. It is now... Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was definitely the green team, not the white team. The ball is a little bit confused. It is green team up 5-1. We are still in the first half of this Gust Ball extravaganza today. Next round is up. We end up with, let's see, what is going to happen. White is coming out strong with blowing hard. The ball is stuck right now. He needs one of those buffs to come, or debuffs to come off. Green team is blowing for all they're worth. They don't want White to mount a comeback. Ball has been moved all the way back to midfield, and oh, Green has decimating their opponent right now. It is now 6-1. So 1 minute 15 seconds left in the first half. We have had way too many very quick scores. This is not like the other games where it is actually dragging between points. This one has been the green team just blowing that ball straight in. Not a lot of variety. It's just blowing and blowing and blowing. I need to get rid of that off the screen. Let's see. How do we do that? We'll just remove him as a friend and re-add him. Someone incidentally opened the door. That's why the ball paused that round. We'll see what ends up happening here. Or we ended up with one of the teams blowing early. So we've got lots of movement this time. Ball's building up that resist. That's why he's not moving anywhere. Let's see as the resist falls off where he goes. But in order to keep it, you actually have to keep blowing. Blowing some more. Resist should come off any second. And let's see where he goes. Oh, he was blown towards the middle as that resist came off. Oh, he's on the other side of the goalpost, so if I was White, I would let the green team blow him around a little bit and then start coming at the ball again. So the ball ended up with some more resist. That resist should be gone in a second, and that debuff should be, oh, let's see. If you notice, they've actually started blowing each other. I mean, that's what this game has been reduced to. Opponents blowing each other in the middle. While the ball was just hanging out. That ball needs some loving. Remember, guys, you need to blow the ball between the goalposts. Get the ball all the way deep in there. Come on, White. Come on, Rhea. He designed a maze. It shows that you're a masochist. The ball's reset himself. He ran to the middle. Green team is repositioning themselves to try to get a leg up. Green team has actually been dominating this game so far. Oh, white team is on the edge. Can they push the ball over the edge? Oh, yes, they did. They have now got 2 points to 6 of the green team. It is almost halftime. Now, Kazan did make the comment that, is it too early to make a comment about the ladies not knowing how to work the ball? That is directed directly at Katrina Beckers and Rhea. But there's one lady on the field, that's Sophie. Her team definitely knows how to work the ball. They have driven the balls deep into the goal 6 times already. Katrina needs a trainer on how to blow the ball properly. Themalok did confirm just now that he did make the ball, and it is a pro ball, so it can be blown and blown some more. They also did ask the developers for a real ball in the game, but they have not yet put one in the game. Let's see if we can get to halftime. It is almost there, but the way that the green team keeps on scoring, we might end up with a very long game. Oh, I guess he did call the end of the half. I missed that earlier. So we'll see what ends up happening. Okay, let's see. Are the teams ready for the second half? Okay, and the ball has done his countdown. He said go, and the blowing has commenced. Oh, white team is all nearly blown the ball in. It looks like Sophie's punching the ball. Be gentle, Sophie. Be gentle. You need to cup the ball and gently blow the ball. Oh, white scores. They now have half the score of the green team. They have 3. The green team has 6. So the second half, they started off better than the first half. They were losing miserably in the first half, 6-1 or 6-2. Now it is 6-3. Okay, let's see. We've got more blowing going on. I'm getting distracted by people sending me messages on Skype. I apologize for that. I shouldn't be neglecting my duties, and I should be making commentary about the Gust Ball that is going on here in this dungeon that is a arena. Rhea and Katrina Beckers are the white team. They are playing off against Sophie and Parallel on the green team. Currently, the green team is dominating with a score of 6 versus the white team's 3. The name of the game is to cast the spell Gust and blow the ball, who is wearing the red cape, into the opposing team's goal. This is kind of like indoor soccer. You can blow the ball all the way up against the wall and corner it. What will essentially happen is the ball will reset himself by running to the middle if he's too cornered. Now there is actually a debuff that does occur on the ball, and if he gets stacked up to a certain level of, then you will not be able to move the ball, and so people are actually trying to game the system by watching for when the debuff is going to wear off, and then right before that happens, they cast Gust to blow the ball in the direction they want. So they are allowing the ball to reset himself before they start casting again. You notice that as soon as the ball moved, they started casting Gust again. Oh, let's see. The green team does almost have it in the ball is on the line. Will they be able to capitalize? No. The white team has blown the ball out thanks to the defensive skills of Rhea. And let's see, the green team is unrelenting in their punishment and their torrents of Gust. They are just hammering those macros and those skills. They are blowing and blowing and blowing some more. They must have the most well-worn knee pads in the game. They've scored again. They have 7 points. Remember, even if this ever goes to repeats, if you type in a question and you ask me to send you a message, I will answer any questions that you have as long as you ask. So we are up 7-3. We will see what ends up happening. Thank you everybody for watching. Remember, if you want to favorite this channel, you need to be logged in to Twitch. Create an account. It is free. You can get links to whenever I actually come online as well in your email, or you could disable that altogether. Oh, let's see. The white team was able to manipulate the ball in between the goalposts, and the ball has been pushed in deep all the way to the back of the net. It is now 4-7. Green is still winning. Sophie and Parallel have been dominating this round in this game. They will probably end up having to face off the team that won the first 2 games, and it looks like they just were able to push the ball into the 8th time today. They have doubled the score of the white team again. GUST BALL is a sport that is created by Bambino Ludovate, and the ball was created by Thema Lock. They are both in attendance today. I believe the ball is being played by Bambino, or Bambi as we know him affectionately in game. Then from there we have the green team, which is Parallel and Sophie. The white team is Ria and Katrina Beckers. The white team is being beaten right now. They are being severely punished for not knowing how to blow on the ball. They need to work on their gust skills in order to compete against with Parallel and Sophie. They are masters of the sport of gust ball. Remember, you may see chat lag over the ball's head. If you want to pay attention when he actually says go, you need to look in the chat box. That is an unfortunate circumstance to this game, but there's nothing we can really do about that. The game is currently in pre-alpha. This is the 17th release of the pre-alpha client. Next Thursday, or Wednesday or Thursday, there will be the 18th release. So we are looking forward to that. They are revamping the entire combat systems. They are adding more to the crafting systems. I am not allowed to broadcast the QA client, but we do have the green team scoring again. The ball is firmly in between the bars. So let's see. It is now 9-4. We have 1 minute remaining in this game. It is 9-4. Let's see what ends up happening. And we had someone else zone into the, but they were able to quick out. He hasn't run out yet. Crackers McCrazy Pants has gotten out of the arena. Thankfully, he didn't go in right in the middle of one of the rounds. Parallel and Sophie are dominating. They are crushing the ball with their ability to gust. And they have almost scored again to get their score up to 10, which is the highest scoring match of the game of the day so far. Oh, and they were able to blow it in. It is now 10-4. So Dr. Shroud is probably going to have to go up against the competitors right now after we end up with a victory. Dr. Shroud's partner is not here anymore, so we don't know what will end up happening. So there's 30 seconds left. I think those are insurmountable odds. We'll see what ends up happening. Now Tenacity does come in handy at times because there's no telling. You do not want to give up prematurely, otherwise the other team could score repeatedly, and it has happened before. Oh, well, we ended up with an 11th point in the last second. Let's see if the ball says that time was called before. Oh, that point did not count. He says he called time beforehand, so we ended up with a final score of 10-4. The green team today has taken all 3 games, but this is the first time that Parallel and Sophie competed. The other 2 teams were won by Dr. Shroud, and I forgot who his partner was. And if you notice, that is actually the game for today, because we do have another PvP event coming up shortly. That is the BMC Feast, followed by the BMC Gridiron, which is a cage match between 1-on-1. Now let's see if Sophie and Para would like to go against Tari and Doc. Let's see. Sophie and Para are probably going to say yes. Let's see what Doc says. Dr. Shroud, it seems, is say yes. Sophie does need a short break. Okay, we are taking a 2-minute break. Lots of money for the victors, 15K each. Let's see. Okay, it looks like we're going to end up with a 3-on-3 for this final match. Katrina Becker, Cinderia. Well, let's see. Hold on. Let's see who is going to end up participating. If I am needed, I will participate. But we'll see what ends up happening. So we have 3 on one side. We have Cinderia, Tari, and Doc versus Parallel and Sophie. Let's see. Oh, we're going to do a 4-on-4. I'm going to have to end up taking off my invisibility. So this time I am actually going to be playing. Let's see. I guess I am on this side. So we are going to have the green team versus the white team, so which means Tari needs to take off her white cloak and put on a green cloak. I don't think I have a green cloak on me. I do not have a cloak on me. Yay. So this is a first. Okay, let's see. We've got our deck all set up. We are going to try this out. Hopefully that we don't suck too much. Oh, can't trade in combat. I'm going to end up having to accept the magic sigil cloak. So I guess we are going to be the white team. We are white. So I am playing on the white team. Okay. Remember, if you have questions, ask them on the side. I will occasionally respond. This is GUST BALL. This is my first time to play, so I do not expect to win, but it will be a fun competition. So if you look at my deck right now, my combat deck, remember this will be changing, but I do have a bunch of slugs.